Rishikesh, Rishikesh, Rishikesh. Okay, can I start now? Okay, see, in the previous classes you have studied. In the previous classes you have studied. Can you see the note diagram on the electrical comparator on your notes screen? So see, in this electrical comparator, okay, we will going to study in this construction working and what is this electrical comparator and how does it works. Okay, so in this electrical comparator you can understand that in the mechanical comparator the mechanical mechanisms are being used for mechanical mechanisms are being used for comparison, okay, for the inspection of the workpiece. Okay, in the pneumatic comparators, pneumatic liquid fluid is being used. In optical you have seen the electric light waves, okay, or light rays are being used. Okay, now over here in the electrical comparator the electricity is being used, okay, in terms of voltage for measuring or comparing the workpiece. Okay, so this is what the basic principle on which this electrical comparator works. The electrical comparator is a precision device. Precision device means accurate and what you can say fine dimensions, dimension it is been going to display. Okay, used precision device used to compare the dimension of a given working components with the actual working standard. Okay, so it is used to compare the working components means what, the machine components or manufactured components or with the workpiece which is been all ready over there with the another standard or an exact accurate workpiece, whether it is same in all the specification, all the dimension with the standard workpiece, that you are going to compare by this electrical comparator. Okay, so on what principle does it works? The EC current electrical comparator convert the linear movement of the plunger into an electrical signal. So whatever the plunger movement is going to happen, that plunger movement is been converted into an electrical signal. Okay, that signals are been transferred to the galvanometer, where there is a meter is there. On that you can see the meter readings by which you can compare the standard workpiece with an working workpiece. Okay, these signals further calibrate with the help of galvanometer on the gradient scale. Gradient scale means from 0 to 1 to 3 or 0 minus 1 to 3, like this way. Okay, in this gradients on the variation scale, that is called as a gradient scale. Now let us see the construction of this electric comparators, which are the different types of components are being used in this electro comparators. Now you can see over here in this electro comparator, this is a plunger, okay, which is used for the movement of the workpiece, okay, to check the surface of the workpiece, either the workpiece is in flat or the workpiece surface is in some rough surface is there or in flat surface is there, that you have to going to check, because the plunger is going to touch to the workpiece. Okay, now over here this is an, you can see over here this is an casing. Casing is nothing but the cover, whatever the electrical motor, water pumps casing is there, cover is there. Okay, that is the cover. Over here you can see this is the locking screw is there, by which this armature is been adjusted. Okay, which is connected with the thin steel strips, which is a flexible means what, a movable, which can be easily bent, by which the length of this armature is been adjusted by locking screw, by adjusting the screw, so that you can adjust the movement of the plunger in upward, and so that you can adjust the plunger in upward and downward direction, as well as in right or left direction. In both the direction you can adjust the plunger. Okay, so that by this locking screw, which is connected with the thin strip which is flexible to the armature. Okay, so this is one of the construction. So in most probably only the plunger is moving in the upward and forward direction. Okay, and the workpiece is been passed through that point of this plunger, you can see in this diagram over here. Okay, so this movement only is been adjusted. Okay, in some time only the forward and the backward movement is been adjusted. For the maximum time top and bottom movements is only adjusted by the plunger. Now next, what is, you can see over here there is an Wheatstone bridge is there, what the, which is connected to this armature. You can see over here this is armature which is connected with the Wheatstone bridge, and there are the two coils are given, which are the primary coils and the secondary coils, which are connected to the Wheatstone bridge. Okay, and this Wheatstone bridge is directly connected by the means of wire in the allo phase, you can see, to the amplifier, where the signals are being passed from the Wheatstone to the amplifier. Okay, then this amplifier is connected to the galvanometer, where the needle is there. With the help of this needle you can see the readings or the displacement of the plunger. Okay, by which you can compare the workpiece surface to the standard workpiece surface. Okay, now you can see over here the armature is connected to with the guide arms. Okay, these are the guides which are connected with the armature, so that the guide helps to guide the armature. It should not wave, change its parts, or it should not rotate maximally for the guide. For that reason the guide is given a support to the plunger as well as to the armature. Okay, and this guide, one side is, it is connected with the spring. Okay, you can see in that the spring is connected to the guide, and that guide is giving a support to the armature. By with the help of the spring, the pressure is been adjusted for the armature movement. Okay, so this is what the simple construction of the electrical comparator. Now let us see the working of an electrical comparator. How does the electrical comparator works? Now in this diagram you can see over here how does the electrical comparator works. First of all, you can see over here at the top bottom, at the bottom there is a table is there. On that table, okay, this electrical comparator is been attached. Same on that same table you can see over here the workpiece is been capped, okay, which has to be compared or which is to be checked. Okay, on this workpiece, okay, the plunger is been placed. When the plunger is been placed on that workpiece, if the workpiece surface is flat, okay, when the workpiece surface is flat, the plunger remains stable over there. Okay, and the armature also remains stable over there. But once the workpiece surface is in zigzag manner, which is not in a flat manner, at that moment what happen, when the plunger comes over here, the armature movement comes also, the armature also moves with the plunger at a down. When the plunger comes at a top position, of that rough surface. Then you can see in the red mark, this is what the red mark, where this is what the red mark, that is the movement of the armature which moves at the upper side. Okay, when the plunger moves in an upper direction, when the plunger moves in an upper direction, this armature also moves at the upper direction and compress this spring over there. Okay, then once the workpiece move the position, that the plunger comes in a downside if there is a rough surface. Okay, it goes upper side when the plunger comes at the downside. Okay, the spring also release its pressure and make the armature to move in a downside. Like this way, due to the zigzag or improper surface is there in the workpiece, at that moment what's happened, the plunger also moves in up and down direction due to the zigzag movement of the upper surface of the workpiece, which allows the plunger to moves in an up and down direction. Because of the movement of the plunger over here, the armature also, which is in a linear motion, which also starts to moves over here. Okay, then next what happens, due to the primary coils and the secondary coils which are connected to an AC current supply, the power is being supplied to both the coils. Okay, over there the magnetic flux is being generated, due to which the movements occurs in the armature. Okay, movements occurs in the armature. That magnetic flux is been transferred to the Wheatstone bridge. What the Wheatstone bridge does, the Wheatstone bridge observe the voltage or the flux, okay, which is magnetic flux is converted into a voltage. That voltage are being observed, or you can say are transferred to the Wheatstone bridge. Then that Wheatstone bridge convert that voltage into a signal and pass that voltage signals through the means of a wire to the amplifier. Okay, amplifier, and this amplifier collect the signal from the Wheatstone bridge and transfer this signal to the galvanometer. Galvanometer is nothing but the display meter in which you can easily observe the variation between the signals. Okay, by the means of a scale which is been displayed on the galvanometer. Okay, then you have to compare the variation of the signal by the means of the scale. Okay, for example, it goes from -2 to +2, that means what, -2 1 -1 0 1 2. So like this way, in this range the needle is been moving. Then you have to compare this variation between the signal with the standard workpiece signal. Okay, so you can understand how much difference is there between the surface finish. Either it is beyond the range, उस रेंज वर्कपीस स्टैंडर्ड वर्कपीस के रेंज से अगर वो ज़्यादा हो गया, प्लस हो गया और माइनस हो गया, सो दैट वर्कपीस इज बिन रिजेक्टेड, उस वर्कपीस को रिजेक्ट करके निकाल देते हैं. सो इस तरह से इलेक्ट्रिकल कंपैरेटर वर्क करता है. स्टैंडर्ड वर्कपीस से उस रेंज को पहला आइडेंटिफाई किया जाता है, फिर बाद में जो मशीनिंग किया हुआ वर्कपीस रहता है उसको इस तरह से उसका रेंज आइडेंटिफाई किया जाता है इलेक्ट्रिकल कंपैरेटर से. सो फिर उसके बाद उसका जो रेंज आता है उस रेंज को स्टैंडर्ड रेंज से कंपेयर किया जाता है. अगर उस रेंज में ए वर्कपीस फिट बैठता है तो इसे प्रोडक्शन के लिए असेंबली के लिए भेज दिया जाता है. अगर उस रेंज से प्लस और माइनस कम ज़्यादा हुआ तो उसको रिजेक्ट किया जाता है. सो लाइक दिस वे द इलेक्ट्रिकल कंपैरेटर वर्क्स and this plays a very important role in the mass productions. Okay, so the use dimension measuring, so this is been used for comparison of the dimension. Okay, so like this way the electrical comparators works. Now we'll go with the next concept. I hope you have understand. If you have not understanding this, so you can interrupt me in middle or you can make me stop over here. So if you are having any doubt, so I can clear you. Now next we will go with the linear variable differential transducer, or it is also called as an transformer, LVDT. So this is one of the electrical uh, so this is one of the electrical setup which is been used for measuring the comparison, or you can tell as in this electrical winding or the circuit which is been used for comparing the standard workpiece with the working workpiece. Now first of all you have to understand what is a LVDT, that is an linear variable differential transformer. Then afterwards you can go for the operational procedure, how the operationals are carried out, and how this is been used for comparing the workpiece with the standard workpiece. Now you can see in this diagram over here at the right side of your screen, the primary windings and secondary windings are there. So you can see over here there is a cylinder is there. In that cylinder a core shaft is there, or you can tell as a soft iron core is there. Okay, now you can see both the windings are there. From the left side also the secondary winding is there, right side also secondary winding is there. At the middle there is a primary windings are there. So these are the common windings or common bends are given to the wires. Okay, so like this way the setup is there, and you can see over here the wires are also coming out from that cylinder. Okay, and these are being used for supplying the power supply AC current to that. Now another you can see over here there is a cut section is shown in the left side. Okay, wiring diagram. In the wiring diagram you can see over here at the armature is been connected from the primary, and the secondary coils are there, secondary windings are that ES1 and ES2 is there. At the middle you can see the soft iron core is there. So this is what the simple construction is there, which has been used for comparison by the displacement of the soft core. So the movement of the soft iron core from the, you can see the displacement is shown over here by this movement of the soft core which is moving in the left side or the right side. Okay, this is been used for comparison over here. Okay, now let us see, this is a simple construction. By the working diagram you can easily understand how this LVDT works. Okay, I will move to the next diagram. So see, this is what the 2D diagram is there. With the help of this 2D diagram I will try to explain you how does it works. Just if you turn your screen in this way, okay, just if you turn your screen, just hold the screen and turn it in a vertical direction, you can see over here that the soft core is, this is what the soft core is there. Okay, in the mobile I am getting very different now. Okay, over here the workpiece is been kept. Okay, so this is the movement of an LVDT or a soft core. Within that LVDT cylinder is there. Okay, for top and bottom movements are there. Now how the movement of the displacement is occur and how you are going to check by the help of this LVDT setups I will tell you. Okay, so this is what the 2D diagram is there. Just we will go back once again. In that 3D diagram it will be very easy to understand you all. Now you can see over here, you can see over here, there is now what is happening. Okay, electrical, see when the main AC power supply is on, so that power supply in primary coil. First of all, when the primary coil power supply is given, what happen, the magnetic flux is being generated in this center of the position. Okay, when the magnetic flux is generated at the center position, this magnetic flux converts into an voltage. When there is no displacement, hello, what happened? Hello, hello, my voice is not clear. Hello, my voice is not clear. My voice is not clear. Hello, can you hear my voice? Rishikesh, Rishikesh, hello, 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 now my voice is audible. Hello, so where it was cut last, where it was cut? After this diagram, LVDA. Before that, you have understood that this what electrical charger. Okay, LVDA. I will start now. This diagram, no. For this diagram, it was cut. My audio was cut for this diagram. Please reply. Okay, so see what, okay, see for this LED, okay, just we'll see the, you have explained regarding the construction. Okay, construction you have understood or not? Okay, I will go with the working now. Okay, how does it works? Now see, hello, hello, okay, now see when the power supply is been given to this LVDT, okay, at that moment what happens, the the first connection is given to the primary core. When the connection is given to the primary core, okay, the power supply is given. At that moment what happens, due to electromagnetic force, the magnetic force is being generated at the center at the primary coils. In the red marks I have shown you. Okay, then afterwards what happens, due to this electromagnetic force, the core shaft is there which can be easily moved in a forward and backward direction. You can see over here, this is the displacement. Displacement what means, this is the movement, okay, by which it can be easily move in a forward and backward direction. Okay, this is the first thing happened. Then afterwards what happens, when it is at the center, okay, when it is at the center, the reading shows the 0, there is no displacement is there. Okay, there is no displacement is there, it is in 0. That means what, the workpiece surface is in flat. Okay, when the workpiece surface is in zigzag manner, so obviously the displacement of the core shaft will be in up and forward or backward direction. Okay, it will moves in forward or backward direction. So this will be the displacement may occurs when the workpiece is not in a proper manner. Okay, at that moment when it goes towards the left, okay, it will go towards the secondary coil. Okay, if the core goes towards the secondary coil, at that moment what happen, the magnetic flux which is generated by this primary coil transfers the voltage to the first coil. Okay, when it transfers the voltage to the first coil, then what happens, the first coil displacement shows positive. Okay, the voltage in the first coil will be more compared to the second coil. Okay, compared to the second coil, the voltage will be more in the first coil. When it comes back, okay, when it comes back in this position, okay, and when it enters to the second coil area, then what happen, this center magnetic flux voltage transfer to the secondary coil, and this voltage will be increase over here, and voltage of the secondary coil will be decrease. Okay, and over here the voltage of the first coil will be show less, and the voltage of the second coil will be show less. So what is happening over here is that when it goes in the left side, that the first coil voltage it will show more. When it goes to the right sides, the second coil voltage it will show high. So this is what the variation between the first coil and the second coil voltage, which is been transferred to the amplitude. From that amplitude it transferred to the CRO screen, in which you can get the displacement diagram. You have studied in the, I think PUC you have studied. Okay, so see, this is how the wave diagram is being showed, signal wave diagram is being showed. This is a secondary coil, and this is the first coil, and this is a second coil. This is a second coil, and this is the first coil. If the voltage is more in the first coil, it will show positive. If the voltage is less in the second coil, it shows negative. If the voltage is less, in the first coil, it will show negative. If the voltage is more, it will show in the second coil, it will show positive. Like this way, this is a negative, and this is what, positive. Like this way, the variation waves are being displayed on that screen. Okay, by which you can compare the present workpiece with the standard workpiece by this amplitude verification. Okay, by this amplitude waves frequency. Okay, amplitude wave frequency. Have you seen the CRO, the cathode rays are displayed, either this one is there, in which the electrical or the voltage waves are giving, frequencies are giving. Okay, on this frequency base, the working workpiece is been compared the frequencies amplitude. Okay, the waves amplitude with the standard workpiece amplitude. Okay, in different comparators you have seen there are some scales are given, analog scales or the digital scale, needle. Okay, यहाँ पे इस कंपैरेटर में क्या होता है, एलईडी कंपैरेटर में जो सिग्नल्स आते हैं वोल्टेज के, वो वेव्स के इसमें आते हैं. ओके, पल्स आपने देखा रहेगा, पल्स रेट का वेव्स चेक करते हैं टीवी में. आप अगर पेशेंट को किसी हॉस्पिटल में रखा रहता है, वहाँ पे एक मॉनिटर रहता है, हार्ट बीट्स एक डिजिटल 99 100 to 50 हार्ट बीट्स, ऐसा हार्ट बीट्स का फिगर रहता है, और उसका एक वेव्स आते रहता है फ्रिक्वेंटली. ओके, उस तरह का एम्पलीट्यूड का भी, इलेक्ट्रिकल का भी वेव्स आता है. उस वेव्स जो फ्रीक्वेंसी वेव्स आता है उसको स्टैंडर्ड वेव्स के इससे कंपेयर करते हो, कितना ऊपर नीचे जा रहा है. अगर वो स्टैंडर्ड वेव के रेंज से ऊपर जा रहा है, दैट मीन्स व्हाट, दिस वर्कपीस इज बीन रिजेक्टेड, इट इज नॉट यूज फॉर द असेंबली, एंड दिस वर्कपीस इज बीन थ्रोन आउट. Okay, from that particular mass production bundle. Okay, इस तरह से electrical energy is converted into an signals. Okay, signal energy, and it is been displayed on that monitor, and it has been compared with the standards. Okay, so this LVDT and electrical comparators, these are the both comparators which are in your syllabus for the concept. Now today I have completed your module number 2 of M subject. Each and every concepts of this module 2 I have tried to cover. Okay, in from the next classes we will proceed with the module number 3. Okay, so if anybody having any doubts, you please call me, or you can share your concept which has to be clear in my personal number. I will share some videos to you all, or otherwise I can explain you once again that particular concept. Okay, just you have understood this both. If you have understood, so I am very happy to close the class now. Kapil, Rushikesh, Vijay, please reply. Are you all understood this electrical charger and LVDT? If you are having any doubt, please reply. I will repeat once again. You have understood? Okay, so this is what the different types of comparators are there. You have studied regarding the mechanical comparators also, electrical comparators also. okay, and pneumatic comparators also. In pneumatic there are two types, Solex and back reflector. So both works on the same principle, no problem, both are the same. In electrical charge comparators you have studied, and this LVDT device comparator you have studied, okay. And in the mechanical comparators you have reduced the sigma comparator, Johnson's comparator, Reed's mechanical type comparators, sigma comparators, and dial comparator, okay. So this all comparators I have covered from the module number 2. So today I will going to wind up this module number 2. Just I will share the notes today itself of the triple M of the module number 2 to in your MCW WhatsApp group. Go and see the notes and read once in a time, okay, then only you can understand. Don't depends on the online classes, okay. This online classes plays an 80% and 20% you have to study, then only you can understand the perfect concept regarding the subject, okay. Any of the subject you can take, okay. I hope you have understood this all the concepts. If you are having any doubts you can call me immediately, so I can repeat the same concept in the next class, okay. So today I will wind up over here only. So have a nice day, okay. Okay, bye.